Hello beautiful people and welcome to my book channel. This is like so super exciting because anybody who knows me knows that books are such like a big passion of mine. I literally love to read, and so I was like, why not start a book channel, and when is the best time? And I feel like Bookmas was the perfect time to start my channel. So hello, I'm Carmen if you don't know me. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here. But today's video, day one of Bookmas, is what I read in November. November was a long month because I was pre-filming some videos. I was pre-filming a video, and it took me a month. But yeah, let's hop right into what I read in November. So the first book I read was Never Lie, and this carried from October to November. But it's Never Lie by Frida McFadden. It's about this newlywed couple, and they're looking for a house to start their family, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna tell you. I rated this book 3 stars, I think. It was good. It was just really slow. It was really hard for me to get into, and because everybody talks about Frida McFadden, how like you think you know the plot twist the whole time. The whole time I was just trying to guess the plot twist. So I feel like if I didn't go in with that mindset of like, oh my gosh, it can't be this, so it's got to be this or whatever, I would have probably had a better time. It was a nice little thriller. The plot twist did get me. I'm gonna definitely check out some more of her books whenever I'm in a thriller mood. So that was the first book that I read in November / the end of October. The next book I read, which followed from October as well, is A Court of Thorns and Roses. I rated this a 4.5. To be honest, the first, like, I want to say like 60 to 70%, it was falling really flat for me. It's a lot of world building. I was just kind of like, you know, whatever about it. It was like a 2-3 star for me. But then the last like 20-25% of the book, I ate it up. Everything about this book at the end was just beautiful. Sarah J Maas, whatever, she is a beautiful writer, and I cannot wait to continue this. If you want to know like my more in-depth thoughts of this book, a video will be coming out very shortly. So same with the next 2 books. If you want to know my in-depth thoughts, a video is coming. But yeah, this was a 4.5 star. I cannot wait to continue the series. I'm literally so freaking excited. And I just want to make my public announcement, even though I think I said it in my other video. I'm a Tamlin girly right now. But yeah, and I also really like Lucien as well. Lucien is Lucien? Is that how you say it? Lucien? Whatever. He is also awesome. I'm not going to talk too much about it because, you know, I have a whole video pretty much dedicated to these 3 books. I forgot to give a summary for this. Not that I feel like it needs a summary, but this follows Farah. She does something that she's not supposed to do. It's on the back of the book. She kills a wolf, and she's got to be sent away. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like this is another one that you should not blind, because I feel like with A Court of Thorns and Roses, there's not really an option to go into it blind. But yeah. Then I read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Miss Stephanie Garber. This, right off the bat, I rated it a 3.5, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's more of like a 2.5, maybe a 3, because of the way that it ended and it wrapped up. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a 3.5, it's almost a 4. But really, it wasn't. Like, the more and more I think about this book, the more and more I'm just like, whatever. I do want to continue this series just because I know that everybody loves the second book, and I am dying to know what happened. So it's more of like a 2.5, 3. Summary of this book, if you don't know, is like a little brief summary. It's about Evangeline. We're following her in third person. The love of her life is marrying somebody else, and we cannot have that. And so it follows what happens with that and all the events that happen after. It's kind of all over the place. I feel like it's very YA. Like, obviously it's a young adult, but I've read other young adult books, but this one felt like very young. Like, obviously it has some like angst to it, and you know, things like that. It was just too YA for me, and it wasn't third person, but the ending was really good. Then I read By a Thread by Lucy Score, which I literally finished not even 20 minutes ago. So this I read in November, but I finished it December 1st, okay? I loved this book. I understand the hype of Lucy Score 110%. Her writing is beautiful. The way she writes male characters is beautiful. I loved our female main character, Allie. I feel like I really like resonated with her, even though she was in her late 30s, which blew me. Dominic was really hard to read. Not his like his point of views sometimes are really hard to read. I was just like, why are you so ugh? But then once you realize why he's so ugh, you're kind of like, okay, I love him. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I need to save my like actual thoughts for the end of that video. But I loved this. It's a 4.5 stars for me. It was almost a 5, except that third act breakup just We follow Allie and Dominic. It's dual POV, which I love. And Allie's just trying to skate by. She's doing her work, and then this guy Dominic comes in and he's a complete a-hole, and you're just like, what is his problem? He yeah, they just come into each other's lives. They're just, oh my gosh, I love this book. This would have literally been a 5 stars if the third act breakup didn't go the way that it did. I will say with this book though, it is spicy, so I would rate it like a 3 out of 5 on the spice scale. So if spice isn't for you, I don't recommend that you read this book. If you don't like reading about spice, don't read this because it is pretty spicy. But yeah, those are the books I read in November. It was a pretty good reading month. We have a 3, a 4.5, a 3 will be nice, and 4.5. Wow. I say that's pretty good. That's pretty good reading month. I'm very excited for all the videos that are to come in this bookmas season. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy them as much as I enjoyed filming them and all that fun stuff. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys super soon. Bye.